29 and I had a roommate. I had no Red Cross training at all. No CPR, no disaster services training. But Craig says, go to St. Pete High. They've got some ladies that just aren't mobile enough to help out, and they got a lot of people coming in. So I drove over there, and I got in, and I started pitching in and helping people get settled in. And I did that for about an hour. And then people would come in, they'd say, well, who's in charge? And they say, see that guy with the raincoat over that big blue Gore-Tex jacket? He's in charge. And I wasn't in charge. So I drove back to the chapter about a half an hour later, told my roommate Craig, who was up to his elbows in work.
Yeah.
And he gave me an armband, put it on my arm, and said, here, you go back. You're the new shelter manager. You're in charge.
River Valley voices, stories close to home. From Van Buren streets to wherever you roam.
Recorded over lunch at Mama B's, talking with the people who shape our communities.
A non-profit leader, a singer with a song, a mayor, a minister,
or someone proving us wrong. Good food on the menu, useful talk on the way, with information, fresh ideas, and something to say. Sit back, listen as long as you please, because host Michael Woodruff is driving this bus, and he has the keys.
This is the Arkansas River Valley Podcast.
Since its founding in 1881, the American Red Cross has helped people from all walks of life. The soldier deployed in a foreign land who lost a loved one, to a family that recently lost their home to a fire. The Red Cross is one of those organizations you rarely hear about, but are very happy to see when disaster strikes. And with me is Dana Dusha with the American Red Cross. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Well, I tell you, we've changed our venue today. We had a slight conflict of schedule with our friends over here at Mama B's. And that's okay, though. We decided to come down a block down to the courthouse. And we're sitting here in underneath a nice shade tree.
Yes.
And we've got the fountain in the background. And, of course, we've got cars passing by. And
American flag is hanging dead because there's no wind.
No wind at all.
It's just hanging there.
Yeah. Which is kind of a good thing, I guess. And you know what's funny is it's August, like early August,
right.
August 5th, when we record this. And there's there's leaves on the ground already.
Yes, they are. Well, it's so dry. We've had such horrible high temperatures.
Yeah.
My lawn is brown. My trees are getting brown, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. And I was although it's been kind of a mild summer, though, I will say that much. And we also have some squirrels running around from time to time. Hopefully they'll come and join us in the program.
Yes.
So one can hope to that. Well, we do want to invite you to go check out Mama B's over here in beautiful downtown Van Buren for their wonderful meals. And sorry you didn't get a chance to try that out.
Yeah, I know. They're closed.
I'll get you a candy bar or something.
There you go.
But anyway, we do want to go.
Snickers would be
Snickers
good.
is good. Yeah, it stops the hangry. So we want to thank them for hosting us, and we look forward to having being back on their venue in a future episode. Well, let's talk about the American Red Cross. Now, how long have you been working with the American Red Cross?
Well, I've been volunteering a cumulative years, about 12 or 13. I started out in Florida, in Tampa Bay, with a hurricane when I had no training at all. And Hurricane Elena came up, and it hit Tampa Bay. And I was at a friend's house, and I thought, I'm an Eagle Scout. I should be helping out somewhere. So I called my roommate, who was the director of emergency services in Lower Pinellas County in St. Petersburg, and he says, go to St. Pete High. They need help there. They've got a lot of people there, and they've got some ladies that aren't really.
Now you just gave me you gave me a kind of a time frame.
Yes.
Because you said Eagle Scout for one, and then you said a roommate. So you were quite a young man at this time.
I was 29.
29.
29.
Okay.
Yes, I was 29, and I had a roommate. I had no Red Cross training at all. No CPR, no disaster services training. But Craig says, go to St. Pete High. They've got some ladies that just aren't mobile enough to help out, and they got a lot of people coming in. So I drove over there, and I got in, and I started pitching in and helping people get settled in, and I did that for about an hour. And then people would come in, they say, well, who's in charge? They see that guy with the raincoat over that big blue Gore-Tex jacket? He's in charge. And I wasn't in charge. So I drove back to the chapter about a half an hour later, told my roommate Craig, who was up to his elbows in work.
Yeah.
And he gave me an armband, put it on my arm, and said, here, you go back. You're the new shelter manager. You're in charge. And we had about 1,200 evacuees that night. And it was from Friday evening. I got there about 1 in the morning on Saturday a.m., 1 in the morning, and I didn't leave until Sunday afternoon. And I didn't sleep the whole time. I was in charge.
Now, how long ago was that?
Oh, God, I'm 7. I just turned 70. You were at my birthday party.
Oh, yes, it was at your birthday party.
Yes.
Duh. Yeah, I forgot that. And I forgot how old you were. I'm sorry.
70, the big 7-0.
You look too young for to be
Thank
70.
you. I'm taking good care of myself, I hope.
Yeah, I guess when you were like in your 50s.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it, Mike.
Yeah. So you were that was about almost 50 years ago then.
Yeah, that was
40 years ago.
1985.
Okay.
Hurricane Elena. It was a Category 3. And at that time, it was on the Gulf Coast, the western coast of Florida. And it was the largest peacetime evacuation up until that time since, like, the World Wars. And I mean, it was the largest ever.
Oh, wow.
And it went. And the Hurricane Elena went stalled up there by Big Pine Key or.
It's okay. It's all right. Those details,
I know. I'm 70. Remember, I forgot.
The fact that you can remember this as much is pretty good.
Anyways, the hurricane stayed stationary for about a day and a half, 2 days.
Yeah.
And because of the tides of Tampa Bay, it rose, and then of course the tidal surge came in and did a lot of damage, did a lot of flooding. So a lot of people had to go to evacuation shelters, and they had the largest evacuation for Pinellas County ever. Now, of course, since then they've had some really big hurricanes.
Oh yeah. Hurricane Katrina,
Helene,
Yes. I mean, it seems like each hurricane we get, it seems to be getting worse.
Yeah.
And that's a totally different subject. But so when it comes to you doing this, so you've been serving for the past 40 years.
Well, I did about 3 years in St. Pete. Then I moved to Georgia, but then I didn't do anything there. But then I moved to North Carolina, and I volunteered there, and also volunteered in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Okay.
I actually worked for the American Red Cross in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, for a year. I was a paid staff. I was the director of emergency services.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved my job.
But besides that, everything's been volunteer.
Yes, it's all been volunteer.
How many hours do you put in on average?
Well, I'm a supervisor for.
Go ahead, keep talking. We let the train's in the background. It'll be all right.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm a supervisor. I'm a volunteer supervisor for Zone 2. Our chapter's up in Northwest Arkansas. It's at Rogers.
Okay.
And we have 18 counties in the northwest part of the state. We go from Benton County all the way over to Boone County to Mountain Home.
Yeah.
And all the way down to Scott County, south of here. And as far west or far east as Yell County.
Yeah.
And mine is the River Valley.
Okay.
So I've got about 24 people that I'm responsible for. So, and I've been back in this chapter for 3 years. I was out for many years, and I thought, I need to get back in the Red Cross. So I left my position with the Red Cross in North Carolina because I missed my best friend who lived in Jonesboro, and I'd lived with him before I moved to North Carolina. And I said, I miss you, Rob. I want to come home. So he says, yeah, come on home. And I gave up my career. It wasn't just a job, Mike. It was a career with the American Red Cross, disaster services. Yeah. And we had fires, and we did all sorts of stuff. It was incredible. And
so what did you retire from then?
My job, my career.
Your regular job.
I was a child abuse investigator with the Crimes Against Children Division with the state police.
So you were already helping people?
Oh, yeah. I was helping little kids. I was helping children, yes.
Oh, wow.
I put a lot of guys in prison.
They're all telling stories.
Yeah.
Wearing that orange. Yeah, it's funny, the people, because I met you via my girlfriend. Mm-hmm. It seems like my girlfriend becomes a topic in almost every podcast we hear because she's been in the community for longer than me, and so she kind of gives me leads. But it seems like everybody I've talked to has a background in helping people of some sort. Is that typical, or is that atypical?
Yeah, a lot of people a lot of people that are in the Red Cross are retirees that want to just do something to give back to their community.
Yeah.
We have our oldest volunteer in the chapter is John Grigsby, and he'll be 81 in October. He is currently deployed to Oregon for the fires up there, and we've got other volunteers that are also deployed. Deb Frost is up in Illinois for a tornado up there, and we've got other parts of the country. So our chapter sends people out on these DROs, these disaster relief operations, all the time. And I've been on 5 DROs since in the last 3 years.
Oh, wow.
But yes, you're right. People want to help out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get back to my previous comment. But yes, a lot of retirees want to help out and want to do something. So we have, I don't know, I wouldn't say our average age is in the 60s. We have people also in their 50s and 40s also.
Yeah.
But when you go on these DROs, a lot of them are retirees, and a lot of them are couples that get into Red Cross as a couple.
Oh, I know. You guys have been bugging me like crazy to join, and I'm like, I don't have time. But, I mean, I support Cheryl whenever she goes out. Yeah.
Are you going to mention that she was the Rookie of the Year that I nominated her for?
You know, I didn't do that, but you can mention it now if you like.
Yes. She was Rookie of the Year, and out of all the people that I thought, all the rookies, I thought there's nobody compares to Cheryl. She's great.
She's amazing.
She
woman.
is. When I'm with her on a fire call, and it's a DAT response, disaster action team, a fire call where we go out and meet with the clients and give them financial assistance and blankets and comfort kits. She'll sit there and she'll call them honey. Now honey, it's gonna be fine. She'll put her hand on their shoulder, on their arm. And it's the humanitarian hug that she gives them.
Oh yeah.
And she offers to buy them a dinner while they're waiting for their money to get to them. So she's great, and I really was very excited when I was told that she won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. And
then I got a chance to read my recommendation to her and everybody else at the volunteer recognition party that we had. So
she just she's volunteered for a lot of different things around the community. But I think the Red Cross is her favorite because it is that hands-on, that, she's doing a lot of fire calls, of course.
Right.
And she's been helping people from all walks of life each time. And she'll come to me, she goes, oh, yeah, I helped a family this, and I gave a teddy bear. And I'm like, oh, wow. And she's got boxes of teddy bears in her garage, and she even bought, like, I think those fire blankets you guys sell. She gave like everybody a fire blanket.
Did she really?
So I got a fire blanket at my house.
Oh my gosh!
And a little hook on it, and I was like, "Are you like raiding the stash?" She goes, "No, I bought these." I was like, "She goes, yeah, it supports them." And I was like,
"That's
oh.
great. That's great."
So it was cool to get that and to see those things. And you guys are just. I've been to a couple of your meetings, and I'm just like, wow, the amount of love and the amount of camaraderie that you guys have with each other.
We do.
I mean, that's like a whole nother social group.
I call it my Red Cross family because at my party, I had I had 10 people come, and they all came, other than Cheryl and one other person, they all came from Northwest Arkansas, from up in Fayetteville and Rogers.
They drove.
They drove down, yeah.
That's a lot of love for you.
Yes, I felt very honored and very, very loved when they came down.
And they're so friendly. I mean, I didn't even know them, and they just welcomed me and said hello, and we talked, and it was really neat. And of course, your family was there too at your birthday. Of course,
my
they were
birthday,
so
and I had my church family. I had 3 of my pastors were there.
Okay,
so
I didn't get a chance to meet them.
Yeah, the one that came in, the last one that came in with the long hair and the beard.
Okay,
that was my main pastor.
Okay,
yeah, he doesn't look like a pastor. But he's also a very accomplished musician. Yeah. He's on Facebook every day. He goes on and plays his music.
I'm going to have to talk to him and have him on the program.
Yes.
That's kind of how that works here.
Yes,
we get referrals to get people on the program.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
What's his name?
Blake Taylor.
Okay.
And it's Life Church over there by
I've heard of them.
Walmart and Kelly Highway.
Okay.
It's that big one. It looks like a movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably was a movie theater.
No, we built it. We built it from scratch.
Okay.
And it's all paid for. All the
Wonderful.
churches that we build, they're all paid for through
That's
the tithes and offerings. So
That's
we
how it
have
works.
46 sites in 12 states.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a mega church.
It is.
Craig Rochelle is our senior pastor.
Okay.
So, yep.
We'll have to have you.
And I have recruited some people from my church recently.
to be part of the Red Cross, of course.
Yeah, and also the host teams did child comfort kits for
Yeah.
me. They put together child comfort kits.
Now, the word Red Cross, when I think of Red Cross, I think of, the cross as in Christ of cross,
Right.
Jesus. Is it a religious organization?
No, it's not necessarily. No, it's not a religious organization.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So an atheist could come work for you guys, help out.
I guess. We do background checks on everybody.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We're fine. We're fine.
It's construction behind us.
Hey, that's our taxpayer money right there.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're doing. So
Fixing the road, looks like.
fixing the roads.
We've been doing it for about a couple months now.
I know.
Yeah. So after the break, what we'll do is we'll talk more about the Red Cross and how people can come become a part of that. Also, you have something very special, something about your family that kind of touches upon American history.
Yes.
After the break.
Okay.
Word of mouth can travel far, but it may not say who you are. Tell the world with purpose clear, so the right folks stop and hear. Your story's strong, your message true. Put your business into view. WoodruffMedia.com.
And we are back. So if anybody has any questions about becoming a member of the Red Cross, how do they apply?
They can call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
Okay.
They can go to www.redcross.org. They can get a hold of me.
Yeah.
Should I give my phone number?
Yeah. Phone number's fine.
Phone number
email, whatever.
Email 479-353-2462. Dana, call me. I'll get you set up for go through the application process. We have bookmarks that have the QR code that you go on there.
Okay.
And you can apply, and it gives you the application process. We have a volunteer recruitment representative who's out of Little Rock.
Yeah.
She lives in Jonesboro, but her office, I guess, is in Little Rock. She's my contact person that I give her people that I've signed up. I'm also not only my supervisor, the disaster action team chapter lead for this zone. I'm also the chapter's recruitment lead.
Okay.
I'm the main recruiter.
Okay.
And I'm going down to Waldron on the 25th to do a presentation there. And I hope
You're just a busy guy. Thankfully, you're retired.
Yeah, I'm retired. I'm busier now than when I was retired. Substitute teaching and church on Wednesday nights as a youth leader with senior boys, and Sunday mornings I work with the 4th, 5th, and 6th graders in their class, and Red Cross is mostly every day. So not just doing disaster work, but paperwork. Like today, I got your girlfriend Cheryl a bunch of supplies. I got her blankets and bears and child comfort kits that she has because she gives them out to the clients.
Yeah. I forgot to account for that. I have a Little B black car, so I can put it all in there.
I could always drop it off. I know where you live.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we'll meet you over there. But now we're going to change gears.
Okay.
This is the fun part. The Red Cross stuff was fun.
Right.
But this is probably the one thing that if you're familiar with American history and American art, at the forefront of that, especially in the 20th century, is a guy who did a lot of paintings and a lot of pictures for magazines and marketing for like Coca-Cola and a bunch of other organizations. And that man is Norman Rockwell. Now, you've got in your hands, you have an interesting story. Tell us a little about that and what's the degree of the separation between you and Norman Rockwell?
Okay, and I'm competing with a cement mixer right now who's dumping a bunch of concrete in the street.
You know what? Let's pause right here and then we'll come back.
Okay.
If you enjoyed this program and want to be a guest, send us a Facebook message or email Michael at woodruffmedia.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
And we're back. Yeah, you're right, man. That was loud.
It was.
I mean, these microphones, it's pretty good. I mean, the background noises are great for the ambient noise.
Yeah.
But that was like, Cement Truck 1.
He was running full tilt to shake that concrete up. Now he's pouring it. So
we should be good now.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's go back and let's talk about Norman Rockwell and that degree of separation.
Yes. Well, my family and I are from upstate New York, called Cambridge.
Yeah.
And it's north of Albany. It's right on the Vermont state line, about maybe 7 or 8 miles. And Norman Rockwell, back in the 50s, Norman Rockwell had a studio in West Arlington, Vermont, which was about a mile from the state line. And he would go to small towns and meet the community, small town folks, and say, hey, I'd like to paint you for this picture or whatever. And he did the Saturday Evening Post covers for many years. And he came to my school. Of course, I wasn't born yet. It was 1952. My mom was the secretary there.
Yeah.
And he asked the principal if he could use her in a picture called The Shiner. It was a picture of a little girl sitting on a bench outside the principal's office with a big grin on her face. Her clothes are all ruffled and shuffled, and she had a big old black eye, and she was like really proud of herself because it's like she got the better of the person she was in a fight with. Now, my mother was in the office leaning against the desk of the principal looking out at the little girl. And she was paid $5.
And that's the model, though.
She was the model. She was the model. She got
Yeah.
paid $5. And I actually have right here with me the black and white photo that was taken by his assistant. He'll take a photo and then paint the picture from the photo.
Okay.
And then
That is neat.
Yeah, we've got quite a few things here. I've also got a letter my mom wrote to Mr. Rockwell back on February 11th, 76. We're living in Florida. We've moved to Florida. My dad couldn't stand the snow and cold and ice anymore. We had a florist business, and it was just too much. So we went to St. Pete, Florida, where they could golf 12 months of the year.
That sounds nice.
And they love it. Anyways, she wrote him a letter talking about how when she was in high school in Bellows Falls, Vermont, she went into the library and did her high school English paper on him. She researched him from the basement of the library, spent a lot of hours on it, and she sent this to him so he could read it. And she said how, I'm the model you did for the Shiner in Cambridge, and my husband's Dick Dusha and all this. So she wrote it on the February 11th.
Now, you have a copy of the letter.
Right.
Is that a copy of the letter, or did it come back to you somehow, some way?
This is the original.
So you got that letter back from Norman Rockwell?
Well, I don't know. I think that might be a copy.
Oh, okay.
He might have kept the original.
Okay.
But
I was going to say, wow, it came back to you.
Well, 6 days later, he writes my mother on February 17th, 76.
Yeah.
He says, Dear Mrs. Dusha, thank you for your interesting letter. I enjoyed reminiscing with you about the Vermont days. Even more, I enjoyed your essay. I am returning to you because I am sure you would like to keep it. I loved living in Arlington, and I remember your uncle and aunt, the Deckers, very well. Vermonters are such fine people. Your letter provided a pleasant interval in a busy day. Thank you again. Sincerely, Norman Rockwell. And this is the original letter. That's his original ink, blue ink, on that typed letter. My son says it's worth like $1,000.
I would like to see this.
You'd like to look at it there.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That is 1976. February 17th, 1976. This was a day and a year before I was born.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So there it is.
Yep.
That's amazing.
And we hang these on. We have a big picture of the post cover, and it's called The Shiner.
Yeah.
Now, years ago, when we lived in Florida, somebody gave my mom and dad a Norman Rockwell puzzle of this
Of the Shiner?
Of The Shiner. My dad put it together, and then he decoupaged it and hung it. It was hung in our hallway in our house in Florida for many, many years. Now, where it's at today, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I've got a print that I bought years ago up in Vermont at the Norman Rockwell Museum.
Yeah.
And I paid like $50 for it, but it's worth it because I got it framed and it's hanging on the wall with her black and white of her picture posing.
I see that picture of that black
Now
and white one there.
that principal is not the original principal in the print.
Okay.
That is Mr. Bodenstad, and he looks kind of mean, doesn't he?
Oh.
Yeah. Would you want to sit there in front of him and get chewed out for getting in a fight? Anyways, the principal they used, the model they used in the actual picture, the Saturday Evening Post, was a little more passive looking. It's almost like my mom was trying to convince him that, yeah, this little girl got in a fight, but she whooped that other guy's butt.
It's interesting that when it comes to Norman Rockwell, he's the quintessential 20th century American artist,
Right.
And when we think about the phrases like the word Americana,
Right.
his work comes to, top of the mind right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading about him a while back, and he got to a point where he enjoyed doing these things, but he wanted to do stuff that was a little bit more inclusive, because this is during the civil rights movement,
Right.
and he felt very limited at times,
Right.
and so he got away from all that, and so then now all of a sudden now he's doing stuff for Time,
Yeah.
and doing things with the civil rights movement. And there's a really cool mural down in Texas, Dallas, Texas, downtown, and it's basically love your neighbor. And he's got people from all walks of life and from different parts of the world, and and it's a really neat, it's a very powerful painting, and the fact that they commissioned that and put that up there, and it's the middle of downtown and all the hubbub and everything, it's a phenomenal.
Right.
And Rosie the Riveter, which they have a copy up at Crystal Bridges, which that's where Cheryl and I had our first date, by the way. The original Rosie the Riveter and how big that is. It's amazing. Have you seen that? Have you seen that painting?
No, I've seen the painting of Rosie the Riveter.
Have you been to the Crystal Bridges to see it?
Oh no!
Oh,
wait! Yes. When he
They
was
had the
here,
exhibit there.
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah, and then they ended up buying that one, I guess.
Yeah, my boys were young.
Yeah.
We went to there.
It's about 15 years ago.
Yeah, went to the Norman Rockwell exhibit, and we get there, and we're going through the whole thing. And then all of a sudden we come upon my mom's Saturday Evening Post.
Oh.
Well, I just went off with, this is my mother and blah, blah, blah. And she got paid $5. And I got an audience right around me. My boys were so almost embarrassed, Dad. And I was like a tour guide, talking all about my mother in the Saturday Evening Post with the shiner and everything. I said how the black eye came off of a little boy in Massachusetts because he advertised for a black eye. And people sent in pictures of their kids with black eyes from all over the area.
Yeah.
But the little girl grew up. I don't know her name.
Why did he choose a little girl?
I don't know. Maybe because he wanted to show that they can be just as rough and tough as boys are.
I think so.
And she had the biggest grin, like she whooped his butt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm
I
glad
love
to be. I'm glad to be here.
It's such a. It kind of reminds me of Peppermint Patty from.
Yes. But that bench that she was sitting on,
Yeah.
I've sat on that bench because I went to school. My classroom in the 6th grade was just one door down from the principal's office.
Oh wow! So
and that door has been commissioned. They took it off the hinges years later, and they've got it in a museum somewhere. That door that's
probably the bench too. I bet.
Yeah,
somewhere.
if you go and Google, if you just Google Norman Rockwell, The Shiner, Saturday Evening Post, it'll pop up and you can look at it.
Yeah, and we're showing pictures during our podcast here of the various
black
things that
and
we've
white.
done. Yeah, and your picture of your mom and everything, so people have a context. Because we don't do video, we do audio, but we'll put some pictures in there as well. Has there any? What'd your mom think about? I mean, she wrote a letter, of course, so it's obvious there's a big part to her. But when she got that in the mail from Norman Rockwell, what was that like?
She was very excited.
I bet.
Yeah, she's very excited.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, you guys framed it and everything.
Yes. Yeah, my dad framed it, and so it's like I said, it hangs in my dining room. My parents are both deceased.
Yeah,
and I'm sure one of my boys will get this in the will. I can't say which one, but one of my boys will get this.
Not the favorite, right?
One of my boys will get the Norman Rockwell collection.
That's cool. You have quite an interesting life then.
Yeah,
with all the things you've done.
I wasn't that guy that got out of college at age 22, met the girl of his dreams in class, got married, and then had a baby 2-3 years later. Had the job as an insurance salesman until I was 57 years old, retired, and started taking up golf and fishing. No, that was not me at all.
I'm the same way.
Really?
Sometimes I feel like I'm Forrest Gump's little feather that flies around.
Yes.
Yes. And then I also feel like Forrest Gump because I've done so many different things in
my
past across so many interesting people.
I got my degree in social work from Arkansas State University.
Yeah.
I was an Indian at the time. Now they're the Red Wolves, but I was an Indian. Anyways, I immediately went to North Carolina, and I worked at a group home for sexually abused children who also were offenders as well.
Oh, my gosh.
I did that for 3 years, and then I got on with the Red Cross for that year. So I also worked at Arkansas State. I worked in the arena, the 10,000 seat, kind of like Bud Walton, but a lot smaller. Yeah. But we had concerts and commencement and basketball and track meet and all sorts of stuff. So I got a chance to meet some country artists over the years. Walked down the hallway with Garth Brooks after the concert, just he and I.
Yeah. What was that like?
It was great.
Pretty nice guy?
Yes, very down to earth. We had a maintenance shop that had 2 metal doors to go into the shop.
Yeah.
And we'd always have the artist come down with a marker and autograph the door.
Of course.
And then take a picture with us. Travis Tritt, Garth Brooks, different ones.
Yeah.
So I saw all the big names.
I met I met Rascal Flatts one time.
Uh-huh.
And they were very nice. And as a matter of fact, I filmed one of their concerts.
Mm-hmm.
And it was up in Joplin. They were in town, and I was filming it for them. And it was not, it wasn't for them directly. It was for the city,
right?
But it was fun, and I got to go backstage and meet them.
Yeah.
And John Popper. I also met at that same event. It was Blues Traveler was also
Blues Traveler.
Yeah.
Okay.
And John Popper is a very nice man too.
Okay.
But it's kind of cool because when you find yourself in those situations, you get to shake hands with those folks. And you're just like, oh yeah, they're just regular folk. They're just very more talented than me. That's all.
Yes, I met Tom Brokaw, and he was kind of arrogant. I had to ask his publicist if I could talk to him. I had a book called The Anchors.
Uh-huh.
It was written about Brokaw.
Yeah.
Named the other Jennings and
Peter Jennings.
And what was the other one? Brokaw, Jennings.
David.
Yeah.
David.
Our minds are going on us. We can't remember this.
David.
He's on CBS.
CBS. Oh, Dan
Rather.
Dan Rather.
Yes,
okay.
Dan Rather. I had this book. I read it. I wanted it autographed.
Yeah.
So what he wrote in it was, "Don't believe everything you read." Tom Brokaw. But
Fair enough.
he was there. He was doing a piece on one of our basketball players on the basketball team, who was from Chicago, African American student, and how he rose from the ghetto up to get a scholarship with Arkansas State, and they were there for about 3 days filming him on campus. So Brokaw came up there for the last interview with the student. With the basketball player.
Oh, that's neat.
So, but I had to ask permission to talk to him.
So I worked with Jerry Springer, and it was the Price is Right live game show up in Branson.
Oh, wow.
And I was a production assistant, and I had to set up all the Plinko game and all that stuff. Then I ran the video and stuff after, during the program. Yeah. But he is such an amazing guy because, he was doing, before he was doing, the schlock of talk and what he was doing with whatever the craziness of his program, right? Yeah. He was doing politicals because he ran for governor and he was mayor and a bunch
mayor
of other things.
What, Cleveland or Cincinnati?
Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
And then he became governor of Ohio at one point, I believe. And but the man is very. I mean, you could tell he really believes in what he's doing. But at some point, he had to say, "A guy's got to eat," and so he decided to go, to the lowest common denominator and do that thing. And I always wished I asked him more about that.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment I had with him, he could recite all the presidents of the United States
Really?
backwards
In order?
in order.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was amazed by that because it's just like, and he just kind of like closed his eyes and just, I just knocked it out. Just boom, 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 boom. And I did ask him, I go, so this is better than the midgets, huh? He goes, oh, yeah. So it was kind of fun that way. But fun guy, though, kind of to himself, kind of quiet, but very friendly at the same time. And he gave, a little part of him, gave me a little, moment.
So at times
nice.
he was above the Jerry Springer from the Jerry Springer Show?
Oh, yeah. Way above it.
Way above it?
Way above it. I think, to be honest, I really think the man just held his nose and just accepted the way it was.
Yeah.
But he really enjoyed doing the Price is Right game show because it was a lot more, low key and it was, you just have fun.
Yeah. Now you mentioned a trick with the presidents. My aunt Cheryl, you could give her a long word, and she could knock off the alphabet in order of the word.
Oh, wow.
I mean, just like you give her Mississippi, she could, I can't do it, but she could do it alphabet in order from the A to Z in order.
Oh.
Just real fast. She was a librarian.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey.
She's around stuff.
That was a cool trick, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Any word you give her and she could just...
Isn't that amazing how... It makes you wonder where we are as a society where... Will people have those kinds of skills? And those little goofy things, in future generations. I like to think they do, the human condition, but
right.
I don't know. I don't see anything like that anymore. I don't. I wish I did more of that.
Yeah.
And if I do see it, it's typically older people.
Yeah.
People who are about 40 years old and above.
Yeah. And
it's
they're
weird.
They're doing puzzles, crossword puzzles every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't do crossword puzzles. I'm not smart enough.
Are you more of the word search kind of guy?
That is challenging too. It's 1 o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
The bell has run.
In Crawford County, Arkansas. Yeah. Here at the courthouse.
It's a beautiful time. Well, we're going to head on out. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about before we head out?
Red Cross.
Give me more Red Cross stuff.
I'm going to give you the mission statement for the Red Cross.
Sure.
It's the American Red Cross prevents and alleviates human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors. I want to say that the Red Cross has a lot of people all across the country, in Hawaii and Alaska, and Puerto Rico, working to help people. And 90% of the workforce is volunteers. It's only
amazing.
10% is actual paid staff. But it's like a corporation. You've got to have the higher-ups. You've got to have the CEOs and the directors of this and deputy directors like that. So, and there's all lines of service for the Red Cross: blood services, health and safety services, disaster services. So each one has to have a director over that.
Yeah.
So, it's a great organization. If anybody wants to volunteer, get a hold of me or go on the website or the phone toll-free number. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about the Red Cross. I just can't. It's a great organization.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome,
Dana.
Mike.
You have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you.
And if you want to be part of our program, you can give me a call at 918-830-3348, or you can go to woodruffmedia.com. Go to the podcast. There is a form you can do. You can send me an email. Also, if you want to become a sponsor of the program, it is only $25 an episode, and for a whole month, that's $100. And also, I'll just throw this out there. If you want to do a little trade out, that's great too. I have no problem doing that. We're here to help small businesses, and this is one of the best bangs for your buck as a small business. Well, until next time, I'm Michael Woodruff, and this has been the Arkansas River Valley Podcast.